The Galaxy Watch Active 2 is the best Android smartwatch that you can buy right now. Now, does that mean that this watch is actually a good smartwatch? Well, let's talk about it. What is going on, guys? So I've been using the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2 for about 2 weeks now, and I think I finally have my honest thoughts and opinions with this guy. By the way, I don't like the name. The name Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2 is just too long. Either way, this watch is amazing. So what's new with the Active 2? Well, the most important new feature is the rotating bezel. Now, with previous Galaxy Watches, you actually had a physical bezel, which allowed you to scroll, through menus with the actual bezel, which was awesome. Then Samsung released the Galaxy Watch Active, and they removed the rotating bezel, which made a lot of Samsung fans really sad. And now with the Galaxy Watch Active 2, they haven't brought it back physically, but they've brought it back via software. So you just scroll like this on the actual watch, and in software you will be able to scroll through menus. It's kind of like the digital crown from Apple, but in the display. It's really awesome and it works really well. The Galaxy Watch Active 2 now comes with a speaker as well, which is amazing. It's just honestly a feature that should have been here from the very beginning. So now you can answer phone calls and all of that good stuff. Now, one thing that Samsung has done, which is pretty stupid but pretty awesome, and it's something that Apple doesn't do, and I still wish that they would do, is that you can play music, media, podcast, audiobooks directly from the watch. This is something that I know it sounds pretty stupid, like why would you want to listen to music? But why not? Apple, if you're watching this, why not add the speaker? It's awesome, okay? Sometimes you just don't want to put out your phone. Maybe you just want to listen to something. Maybe you just want to listen to a song. Maybe a podcast. Why not? Apple, do it. The Samsung did it, and it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Battery life has lasted me a day and a half, so enough for sleep tracking, which is great. It lasts you through the whole day and for a whole night of sleep tracking. It doesn't last you 2 days because the battery will die throughout the middle of the day of the second day. So I usually charge it overnight, and whenever I want to sleep track, I sleep track. Sleep tracking isn't really accurate on the Galaxy Watch Active. This is something that Samsung should definitely work on. Like sometimes maybe I'm just chilling in the couch and it's acting like, I'm actually sleeping, which kind of sucks. While I am sleeping though, it's pretty accurate, but it just decides, or whenever I'm watching a movie at the movie theater, it's acting like, I'm sleeping, and I'm like, buddy, I am not sleeping. One thing that I love that is new on the watch is that the actual watch starts workouts automatically. On the Apple Watch, it asks you, hey, do you want to start a workout? Because, the watch thinks that you're working out. On the Galaxy Watch Active, it just starts, which is cool. It's amazing. I mean, it just starts and you just look and it has already started a workout already for you. This is something that I wish Apple would implement onto the Apple Watch, because, of course, you want to start a workout. Why wouldn't you want to track a workout? Or whenever you're walking, why not? Just count me the calories. Samsung, good stuff. So there's a couple things that I don't really like about this watch, and it really shows you how far in advanced Apple is from its competition if we're talking about smartwatches. Samsung is really up there with their flagship phones, with the Note 10, with the Samsung Galaxy S10. Those are flagship phones and they can directly compete with Apple. Like, this watch just does not simply feel like a flagship if we're comparing it to the Apple Watch, for example. It lacks so many features, and it feels like nothing has really been overall perfected on this watch. For example, if we're talking about notifications, okay? I'm going to talk about notifications in just a second, but one thing that I don't like about notifications and about the watch in general is how it's not slow. It's not a slow watch because everything is perfectly fine. I wouldn't say it's a really fast watch either, but the whole watch just feels laggy. It feels kind of slowish. Whenever you get a notification, it takes a really long time. Like that animation whenever you get a text message is slow. I just want to read my message and go out throughout my day. Whenever I get a message, it's like, okay. The animations and the watch and overall the animations with the whole software just feels like it needs to be perfected. Also, the third-party apps that are available on this watch are trash. I mean, there's not even one that is okay. All of them are super bad. On the Apple Watch, I wouldn't say that there's so many good Apple Watch apps out there, but there's definitely so many, much more than on this guy. This is something that just really, really lacks. I've heard a lot of people complaining of the design of the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2, and I actually love it. This is something that I really, really like about this watch. The design feels, sure, maybe kind of boring, but on how boring it is, it's so minimalistic, and I like it. Like, it doesn't really feel like a smartwatch since it's also round, and I'm going to talk about the roundness and the interface in just a second as well. But the design is one aspect that I love, like the aluminum borders. It also comes in stainless steel this year. I like it. I like the design. So do I like a round smartwatch? Do I actually like the round interface? Or do I like the Apple Watch better? If you ought to be honest, I like both. Like if I had to choose one, I wouldn't really know which one, because Samsung has done really well at optimizing the whole software to be round. And people are saying like, no, I would never want the Apple Watch to be round. And I think you're kind of wrong with that, because Apple would optimize the software to be like the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active. Samsung has seriously done so well optimizing the whole software to be round. Samsung, kudos as well. And then the last thing that I have to say about this watch is the always on display. I love it on the Apple Watch. I love it on this watch. The always on display is just a must-have on a smartwatch right now. Whenever you're typing on my computer, I don't have to stop typing to just look at the time. Whenever I'm talking to somebody, I don't have to be rude by doing that gesture to look at the time. The time is always ready there for me, and just always on display is another that it's like. So concluding the video and concluding my review, what are my thoughts on the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2? The thing is, this watch is $279. And in my opinion, you get what you pay for. This is a really affordable smartwatch, and you get enough for the price. I totally recommend this watch. If you have an iPhone, I would say get an Apple Watch, because you can get an old Apple Watch that is basically better than the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active. But if you do have an Android phone, you should definitely pick this guy up, because it's so good. It's not perfected. There's a lot of stuff that, as I said, that is like meh, like the animations just should be faster and stuff like that. Bixby is also not really good, and I barely use Bixby because it's Bixby. Everything that you expect from a smartwatch, you'll be able to do it with a $279 package with a really beautiful design, in my opinion. And yeah, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Once again, let me know. Seriously, comment. I want to know your thoughts. Do it!